courtroom where truth meets consequence. Every story has two sides and only one verdict. From emotional battles over love and betrayal to shocking disputes over money and loyalty, real people face Judge Vunderby in pursuit of justice. These are not just cases, they're lessons in life, honesty, and accountability. Welcome to Judge Bench, where every judgment tells a story. Subscribe now and join the bench, because justice is always in session.
Man, it's a lot of people that didn't want to come to court today. Makes my job easier. Okay, all right. Looks like Mr. Clark, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm married and not happy about my wife going out all the time. Girls' night seems like every other weekend. When we try to do something romantic, she's like, I prefer to go out with my girls' happy hour. So I'm suspecting she's cheating.
Judge Vunderby's court is now in session. Case number JVB1068, the Clark case. The air feels heavy, filled with quiet tension. Mr. Clark steps forward, frustration in his eyes. He's not here over property or custody but love gone missing. His wife's frequent girls' nights and emotional distance have left him broken and suspicious. As the judge takes her seat, a story of love, ego, and confusion begins. Welcome to Judge Bench. Subscribe now for more real courtroom stories brought to life.
Okay. So because she is with her girls and not spending as much time with you, you think she's cheating?
Yeah, I text her while she's out, she don't respond. I ask her, send her a picture where you are so I can see what's going on with the post on social media. I don't get any type of messages. So, I'm kind of insecure with why we're not having anything in our relationship happen.
Case opens with raw emotion. Mr. Clark explains his wife's absence nights out, unanswered texts, and silence when he seeks affection. She's always with her girls, he says. I just want her attention. The courtroom listens as the judge leans in, trying to separate feeling from fact. In a place ruled by evidence, suspicion alone isn't enough. But Clark's pain feels real. It's not just a case, it's the echo of a marriage fading in plain sight.
The way it's supposed to as a married couple.
Okay. You all still live in the same home?
Yes, we do.
Do you have any children?
No.
Okay. You see her every day?
Yeah.
Do you try to discuss it with her then?
She don't want to hear it. She don't go in the kitchen to talk. That's where I expect her to be, where I can corner her, but she don't talk. So
all right.
I got things.
The judge asks calmly, do you still live together? Clark nods. Yes, but we barely speak. He describes a house divided, same roof, separate worlds. When he tries to talk, she walks away. He even jokes about catching her in the kitchen just to make her listen. The courtroom chuckles lightly, but the sadness remains. It's the sound of a husband trying to hold onto a love that's already halfway gone. Judge Vunderby prepares to dig deeper into his motives.
I got errands to run, so I let her be so I'm not like smothering her, but when it comes down to playing the role to reservations, my girlfriends. So.
Okay. Have you ever confronted her about cheating on you?
No.
All right. It looks like you came because you're wanting to get some sort of spousal maintenance from her.
The questioning continues. The truth starts to unfold. Clark hasn't confronted his wife about cheating, he's come to court instead. The judge raises a brow. So, you're here to ask for spousal maintenance. Clark nods confidently. The audience stirs. It's an unusual move for a husband who admits he's the one paying every bill. Judge Vunderby's eyes narrow. This case may not be about support at all. It might be about attention, frustration, or something even deeper.
Right now while court is going on?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, if you're the one making more money, I don't see how I could honor your request to get spousal maintenance.
Well, she gets an allowance.
All right.
So I want that back.
You want your allowance back?
Yes.
How much of an allowance are you giving her?
I give her $10K a week.
$10,000 a week?
Yeah.
Let's get this straight. The judge says, you pay all the bills, own 2 cars, and now you want maintenance? Clark responds, yes, because she doesn't pay for anything, not even gas. The courtroom falls silent. Then he adds, I just want her to tell me the truth. It's clear his request isn't legal. It's emotional. He's trying to fix a relationship through the system of law. The judge sits back, realizing this isn't a financial plea, it's a cry for validation.
Man, where you work? I'm obviously in the wrong profession. Yeah, okay. So, You got her served to be here today.
Yes.
You do realize that if she were to come to court and ask for spousal maintenance from you, she will probably get it, right?
Most likely, yes.
So you still want to go through?
The moment that stuns the courtroom, Rives Clark admits he gives his wife an allowance of $10,000 a week. Gasps ripple across the room. Judge Vunderby chuckles. I'm clearly in the wrong profession. Beneath the humor lies the absurdity of it all. The man providing everything now wants the same woman to pay him. It's a rare sight in family court, where love, money, and pride twist into one confusing knot.
Yep.
Okay. Are you just doing this because you're mad at her?
Yep.
Well, Mr. Clark, you don't just come to court and file something and ask for a request without the grounds just because you're mad.
Well,
I can empathize with you being mad.
Because I want her attention. So in the court, there's mediation, and she'll know I'm serious.
Well, yeah, so yes and no, right?
Are you doing this because you're angry? The judge asks. Clark pauses before nodding. Honesty fills the courtroom. This isn't about law, it's about emotion. I want her attention, he admits. The judge sighs softly. You can't use court to fix affection. Her voice carries both authority and empathy. This is no longer a legal argument, it's a mirror reflecting how far a person can go when they feel unseen.
So you don't want to file a lawsuit to necessarily get your spouse's attention because you're not getting the affection that you're looking for. You can threaten her with a lawsuit, or you can draft one out and show it to her, but to actually have her served, set it for a hearing, that kind of takes up my time for somebody who really needs to be in here. So it's a waste.
Vunderby explains gently that lawsuits aren't love letters. You can't file a case because you feel ignored, she says. Court is meant for justice, not for hearts in conflict. The judge encourages him to talk, to seek counseling instead. But Clark insists it's over. In that moment, the courtroom becomes silent, a place where the legal and emotional worlds collide, leaving only the echo of regret and a faint hope for closure.
Resources. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm married myself, so I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yes.
This is just not the right resource to get her attention. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, Mr. Clark. We're going to dismiss your case.
Dismiss the case.
We're going to dismiss it. You do not have grounds to ask for spousal maintenance. You're the
proceedings near the end. Judge Vunderby clarifies the law. Spousal maintenance is for those in need. Clark is the provider, the one in control of resources. You don't qualify, she rules. The disappointment on his face says it all. For a man used to control, rejection from the court hits harder than rejection from love. His case is collapsing, but the lesson is just beginning. Money can't buy respect, and lawsuits can't force love.
Winner. You just said you pay all the bills, you give her a $10,000 allowance a week. You don't qualify for spousal maintenance. You have to prove that you do not have the resources to meet your minimum needs.
Okay.
We both know that you do, just based off what you said you do.
Right.
So, yeah, I would have to dismiss your case.
Judge Vunderby, still calm but firm, dismisses the claim. This court must reserve time for those with legal grounds, she reminds. Yet, her tone isn't cold, it's compassionate. She urges Clark to seek marital counseling before letting bitterness win. But he shakes his head, saying they're beyond help. The courtroom feels heavy, the silence thick. Even in dismissal, there's humanity, one heart trying to reach another through the walls of law.
Yeah. Nothing else I can say then.
No, but I thank you for coming to see me, right?
Thank you.
But I also recommend that the two of you seek some sort of counseling, marital counseling. Okay?
Nah, we're beyond marital counseling.
Okay, well, if you decide to come to court and file for a divorce, right?
Yes.
You can do that, but just not with the spousal maintenance part.
Before leaving, Clark poses one last question. Can I file for bankruptcy, just in case she takes everything? The judge stares, stunned, then firmly warns him fraud isn't an escape plan. I can't help you commit a crime, she says. The gavel falls, sharp and final. What began as a plea for love ends as a cautionary tale about pride, power, and the price of pain. Case dismissed, lesson delivered.
All right. Is there anything further?
Can I file for bankruptcy then?
I cannot give you legal advice.
Yes.
I would just caution you with doing that if you really don't have a reason to file for bankruptcy. And you definitely will want to consult a bankruptcy attorney before you do that.
Yeah, I just don't want her taking nothing from me. So if she flipped the script, then...
Okay, Mr. Clark, I'm not going to assist you committing fraud. If there is nothing else, you are dismissed.
Thank you.
Courtroom empties. Another day, another case closed under Judge Vunderby's watch. Yet this one lingers a reminder that sometimes the deepest wounds aren't visible in evidence or testimony. Clark's search for affection turned into a legal battle that no one could win. Behind the gavel's echo lies a universal truth: love without trust can't survive, no matter the cost. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Judge Bench for more stories where justice meets emotion inside the courtroom. Walls.
All right, Mr. Cruz, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm trying to get a reduction in my child support.
Okay.
I recently been working and my wages has been reduced, so I want to see if I can get my child support reducted.
Okay. How much were you making?
Originally, about 100 a year.
All right. What are you doing?
I'm a restaurant owner.
Okay. So now, what are your wages looking like?
If you love real courtroom drama and true justice stories, hit that subscribe button now. Today's case brings us to the courtroom of Judge Vunderby, where Mr. Cruz appears before the bench seeking a reduction in his child support payments. He claims his restaurant business is struggling and his income has dropped significantly. But when his ex and new wife both enter the picture, things get complicated. Let's dive into this tangled story of money, responsibility, and truth in the Cruz child support case.
About yearly or weekly?
Yearly.
78. 70.
So from
75.
about 100 to 78,000?
Yeah.
All right. Have you had to lay off employees or anything like that?
It's been hours been reduced.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it took a reduction in hours. All right. Is that it? You just want to reduce because your wages changed?
And I've been...
The courtroom settles as Judge Vunderby calls case number JVB1065, the Cruz case. Mr. Cruz stands tall, explaining how his income fell from $100,000 to just $78,000 a year. He's a restaurant owner, and times have been tough since the pandemic. He tells the judge his hours have been cut, and he's now supporting a newborn baby with his new wife. But what seems like a simple request for fairness is about to reveal tensions far beyond money. Tensions rooted in old relationships and lingering resentment.
I actually have a new wife.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and a newborn on the
Okay.
way. So I got more responsibilities I got to take care of.
You said you have a newborn. The child in this case, how old are they?
Which one? My newborn?
No, not your newborn, the child between the two of you.
4 years old.
4, boy or girl?
It's a girl.
All right. Your 4-year-old, who carries that child on health insurance?
Me.
How much is it?
$430.
$430. Okay. You said you have a newborn, so is it $430 now with the newborn, or was it $430 before the newborn?
Before.
Okay.
As Mr. Cruz continues, the judge listens carefully. He claims that after the pandemic hit, business slowed, and he's doing his best to stay afloat. He insists he's not avoiding responsibility, just asking for understanding. But the courtroom shifts when the judge learns that Mr. Cruz's ex, the mother of his 4-year-old daughter, also works at the same restaurant, under the management of his new wife. A delicate web of personal and professional ties is about to unravel right before the court.
Plan.
3.
Well, it can't be 3.
Yeah, it's me. Me,
No.
my son, my daughter.
You, your son, what about your wife?
Oh, well, she's not on there.
Okay.
We just recently been married, so we haven't switched things up yet.
Okay, how long have you all been married?
About 3 months.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you are. So it's about $200. If I take that $600 and divide it by 3, it's $200 per person. So for both kids, it'll be about $400.
Vunderby questions Mr. Cruz further. He mentions he's been married for only 3 months and has just welcomed a new child. His responsibilities, he explains, have multiplied, and so have his financial struggles. His health insurance has also gone up, now costing around $600 a month. The judge listens, but knows that financial responsibility isn't just about new beginnings. It's about honoring old commitments, too. Every detail of Mr. Cruz's claim will be tested, and so will his honesty.
That sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your wages decreased, health insurance somewhat increased, okay? Is there anything else you want me to know?
Is there some more stuff you wanted to know?
Well, I mean, you came to court.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, I've been married. I got a newborn. The restaurant haven't been doing so good, and I just need some help from y'all to help me reduce mine.
Then, the judge turns to the child's mother. Calm but firm, she makes her stand. She tells the court that the restaurant's business hasn't slowed at all, only her hours have. She accuses Mr. Cruz's new wife, who manages the restaurant, of cutting her shifts out of jealousy. The courtroom air thickens with tension. What started as a financial plea begins to sound more like a battle of pride and control. Judge Vunderby has heard many cases like this, but this one feels personal.
Okay. All right. Ma'am?
Yes.
Is there anything you want me to know?
Yeah, actually.
All right. Are you in agreement to his child support being reduced?
No, I am not.
Okay, tell me about that.
I think it is fine as it is. I don't want to fight to increase it. I think the payment you are paying me is enough. The restaurant that he owns, same business. I don't see there being any less business. The only hours that were reduced were mine.
The mother goes on, explaining that she's had to pick up a second job just to survive. Meanwhile, Mr. Cruz claims that since the pandemic, his restaurant has seen fewer customers and tighter budgets. To conflicting stories, one about financial hardship, the other about manipulation, stand before the judge. Who's telling the truth? As the judge presses both sides, the cracks in their stories begin to show. But numbers don't lie, and the evidence will soon speak louder than emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, we all get along. We make things work out for the family.
Oh.
I mean, for the better.
If that's the case, then you all wouldn't be here, right? Because you want a decrease. She's saying no. So you all get along?
I don't understand how it's supposed to pay something that I don't have, really.
But she's saying the business hasn't changed. You're talking about in terms of customers coming in and...
Yeah.
When Judge Vunderby asks about health insurance costs, Mr. Cruz hesitates. He struggles to recall exact amounts, claiming they've recently changed due to his newborn. His uncertainty raises eyebrows. The judge begins calculating what's fair. How much is truly being spent on his children versus the family plan? Piece by piece, the court reconstructs the financial picture. Beneath the numbers lies a deeper issue. Mr. Cruz might not just be facing reduced income. He could be facing the consequences of divided priorities.
Things like that?
Yeah, I think that...
So since Corona
is
hit,
going elsewhere.
since Corona hit, our business has took a pretty much significant loss since Corona hit. Our customers.
I can believe that. You know, that's happened to a lot of businesses.
So we've been trying to recover from that. So her hours may just be from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't think your hours got reduced because of COVID?
No.
Why
I'm
do
the
you think
strongest server there
Why do you think your hours were reduced?
because his wife doesn't like me.
The judge gives both parents a moment to speak freely. The mother insists she's not trying to raise payments, only to keep them fair. Mr. Cruz says he loves all his children equally and is only asking for balance. The courtroom quiets. Judge Vunderby's job is not to judge hearts, but to uphold law and reason. With compassion and firmness, she prepares to deliver her decision. But not before addressing one key detail that could change everything. How the pandemic truly affected their livelihood.
Now she's cool with her.
Not when you're around.
Oh,
I haven't seen
sounds
that.
a little messy.
I haven't seen that. We don't. I don't think just so far as business wise, we don't mix the business with the family. So far her hours, if anything, We gave her extra like 5-6 hours last week.
Okay.
Yeah,
As the dishwasher.
the hours.
So you're saying
Judge Vunderby weighs the facts. The restaurant's profits may have dropped, but both sides admit hours were reduced. The court accepts that COVID-19 likely caused real financial strain. But the judge also notes that reducing a worker's hours, especially your ex's, could easily be seen as personal. We don't mix business with family, Mr. Cruz insists. Yet, as the judge points out, when emotions enter the workplace, boundaries blur. The truth, as always, lies somewhere in between responsibility and resentment.
Support the child he already has to the extent that he can.
okay.
And I feel like
I take care of all my kids.
I didn't say you don't, but you should, make sure that the one you already have is taken care of. And yeah, I think, just the support is still needed.
Well, I don't think he's saying he doesn't want to support. He's saying he can't afford to support what it was. And if the roles were reversed.
The judge delivers her findings. After recalculating Mr. Cruz's new income at $78,000 and considering his added family expenses, she announces the revised child support amount, $825 per month. Down from $1,000 to $140. It's a reduction, but not as much as Mr. Cruz hoped. The decision reflects both fairness and caution. The court acknowledges his struggle, but reminds him that child support is a duty, not a punishment. The room quiets, and for a moment, Mr. Cruz looks both relieved and humbled.
If you were in that situation, wouldn't you want him to consider what you're saying as true and possibly work with you and reduce your child support?
Yeah, that would be fair.
Okay. Well, I think that's fair too. So this is what we're going to do. Based on your testimony, that your wages have decreased, and you kind of alluded to, not that his wages necessarily decreased, but that the business is not doing so well because your hours have been reduced. We may not necessarily know the true reason.
But the hearing doesn't end there. Mr. Cruz asks if increasing his ex's work hours would further reduce his payments. The courtroom goes silent. The judge raises an eyebrow. Why would her hours affect your child support? She asks sharply. His answer, so she can make more money, crosses a line. Judge Vunderby reminds him this case is about his finances, not hers. The tension peaks. The courtroom has seen many awkward moments, but this one draws a firm boundary between fairness and manipulation.
Why, according to what you're saying, but your hours were in fact reduced, right? Which could be a direct result of the business during the pandemic, okay? So this is what we're going to do. Based on your testimony, your new gross comes out to $6,500. That brings your net to $5,157, giving you credit for both of the children that you have, and I gave you credit for your health insurance, okay?
The judge's tone hardens. Don't waste my time, she warns. What started as a reasonable request now risks losing sympathy. Mr. Cruz quickly backtracks, realizing he's tested the court's patience. The judge reminds him that child support isn't a negotiation tactic, it's a legal responsibility. As the air settles, both sides seem exhausted. The truth has been laid bare. The court isn't a place for games. It's where real lives, real children, and real consequences meet under the eyes of justice.
New health insurance amount for $400. I couldn't give you $600 because it's only for the children, okay? So with that, your new child support amount comes out to $825. Based on what you used to pay at that $100,000, your child support was $1,242. So it went down about $300 or so dollars.
So what about the the extra hours I was giving her? We're giving her a week.
What about them?
If we up the hours for her, would that lower my child support a little bit?
If we up her hours,
the numbers are finalized. Mr. Cruz seems confused by the math. He calculates the yearly total allowed, misunderstanding the monthly figure. The judge corrects him, holding her composure as the courtroom chuckles softly. Despite the tension, it's a moment that humanizes the process. Two people navigating the complicated intersection of law and life. For the judge, it's another day ensuring fairness. For the Cruz family, It's a reminder that every decision comes with a cost, financial and emotional alike.
All right.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
So that's the final answer for the 800.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
I said it went from $1,242 to $825.
But that's like $300 though.
Yeah, but it's giving you credit for the children that you already have, giving you credit for health insurance. What else could you be asking for? That's all I can do within
I got a new
the
baby.
realms of the
I
law.
got a new baby.
And I took that into consideration, which is why you're...
Before dismissing the case, Judge Vunderby gives both parents one final message: communicate, cooperate, and keep your child's best interests at heart. The ruling stands. Child support is reduced to $825 per month. The mother nods quietly. The father exhales in relief. Another case closed. Another story of accountability and emotion under the gavel. But beyond the paperwork lies the lesson that money can't replace time, effort, or responsibility. True justice, Judge Vunderby knows, is never just about the numbers.
$42. Do you want me to increase it back?
Nah, it's cool.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any more questions, right?
Nah, it's cool. So
Okay.
800.
$825.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Nothing further?
Yeah, that's it.
The answer is no, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Because your child support got reduced. You got what you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything further from you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
At least you got your money.
And that concludes the Cruz case. A powerful reminder that even when circumstances change, responsibilities remain. Judge Vunderby's courtroom once again delivers balance between compassion and law. If you enjoyed watching this real-life drama unfold, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to Judge Bench, your front row seat to justice, truth, and the human stories that play out in the courtroom every day. See you in the next case, only on Judge Bench.
Okay. Is it Miss or Mrs. Campos?
Mrs.
Miss, okay. You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, I'm bringing my son to court to see if I can get some assistance for his son, my grandson, Julian. He's 6 years old. Juan and Julian's mom were together up until about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Had a good life, beautiful home. They were set. Then one day he comes to me. I've never talked to her since she left him.
Tense silence of support court. Judge Vanderby takes the bench. A mother walks in not for herself, but to seek justice for her grandson, Mrs. Campos. A retired grandmother has brought her own son, Juan, to court. Her plea is simple: help for little Julian, just 6 years old. What led to this heartbreaking moment? Stay with us as we uncover the family secrets that tore them apart. This is Judge Bench, where real courtroom stories come to life. Don't forget to subscribe to Judge Bench for more true cases like this one.
His grandpa, he had me, and everything was fine. Well, last year, grandpa passed away.
I'm
And-
sorry about that.
Thank you. And things have gotten tougher because of that. So to the point where I came out of retirement, I'm Ubering when Julian's at school, and his life hasn't changed at all. He's still literally in the house that he was in when they were a family. And he doesn't visit, like, Julian's like detached.
MRs. Campos speaks with quiet strength. She explains how Juan's partner abandoned him and their child 3 years ago. Since then, she's been the one raising Julian. The boy lost his grandfather last year, and the once stable home fell into struggle. To make ends meet, the grandmother came out of retirement, driving Uber just to pay bills. I just want help for Julian, she tells the judge. Her voice trembles, but her resolve doesn't break. The courtroom leans in because this isn't just about money. It's about loyalty, love, and betrayal within a family.
Unfortunately, in this big city, the best place I could find is literally a one-bedroom. So thank goodness Julian's small right now. He can sleep on the sofa without too much discomfort. I have the bedroom. And so when he comes over and visits, of course he can't stay because there's no place for him to stay. These are his words. He can't stay. And Julian he's just like some man that comes over, because he comes over so rarely. What
Judge listens as Mrs. Campos explains how her grandson lives with her full-time. Their small one-bedroom apartment barely fits them both. Julian sleeps on the sofa, while his father visits rarely, bringing neither consistency nor financial help. Then comes the detail that shocks everyone. The child's father, Juan, is receiving child support from Julian's mother. Yet none of that money ever reaches the grandmother caring for the boy. The courtroom stirs. Has Juan been hiding the truth all along? The judge's expression turns sharp. Something isn't adding up.
Julian stuff. I guess because it's cheaper. I get it. I mean, for Julian, he's getting Walmart from me, he's getting Walmart from him.
But Julian was with him.
He was literally with him, and he took him, and I thought they were gonna, maybe things had changed with him, whatever.
If I could please explain, Your Honor.
You can.
Okay.
After your mother is done.
Okay, sorry, Mom.
And then since my husband's passing, I need to get medical insurance for him. Anytime.
Campos continues her story. When she tried applying for medical aid for Julian, officials told her the boy was already covered under another plan. That's how she discovered the shocking reality: her son had been collecting child support for years, but she hadn't seen a single cent. The audience gasps quietly as she explains how she pays for doctor visits out of her Uber tips and pension. Her voice cracks. "I just want what's right for Julian." The judge nods, eyes narrowing. The silence in the courtroom feels heavy with truth.
The mother has been paying the state child support all these years.
Okay, wait. So she's been paying child support to him?
Apparently so. I haven't seen one dime.
Okay. All right. And so Julian is under Medicaid.
I couldn't get him under Medicaid
Oh,
because
you couldn't get him
I
under.
couldn't. That's how I found out about the child support. When I asked him about it on the visit that he made to buy the clothes, he said that
It's Juan's turn to speak. The judge addresses him firmly. "Is it true you've been receiving child support from the mother?" He hesitates, then admits, "Yes, I have." Gasps ripple through the courtroom. He says he didn't feel the need to tell his mother. Juan claims his mother agreed to help by watching Julian when he's busy promoting nightclubs. But the judge isn't convinced. "Help," she says, means you give her something to. Juan's silence speaks louder than his words. The truth begins to corner him.
because I'm paying out of pocket these last 3 years, and I understood that they wouldn't even qualify him for Medicaid because according to them, he's got medical coverage. But I don't know where that medical coverage is. I've
Under
been paying
mom.
the mom or him or somebody's got him covered, but I don't have the information that I need to go take him to the doctor.
I understand. I follow you. Well, is there anything else you want me to know? Because there is some information I need, and you just don't have it, and hopefully.
Juan insists he's been paying for health insurance $150 a month, but never bothered to share the insurance card with his mother. The judge can't believe what she's hearing. Your mom takes your son to the doctor. She pays out of pocket. And you think that's fair? Juan lowers his head. He admits his mother probably handles all medical visits. The courtroom watches, stunned. As the judge presses further, imagine letting your mom take your son to the doctor with no coverage. That doesn't make sense. His excuses crumble before everyone's eyes.
Even get him for a common cold without having to Uber almost 20. Uber doesn't pay anything, and my pension doesn't take care of it.
Okay, so let's move over to Mr. Campos. I'm not going to call you by your first name.
Okay.
Mr. Campos. Okay, so is it indeed a fact that you have been receiving child support from the mother of your son?
Yes, I have.
¿Ves? Que
Okay.
te dije?
And you didn't tell your mom?
No, I didn't feel the need to.
Okay, wait a minute.
MRs, Campos explained she's been spending her limited pension and Uber earnings to cover every one of Julian's needs. She even pays for his school, food, and medication. Meanwhile, her son enjoys a comfortable life. "I didn't know about the child support," she says softly, "until I tried to file for help." The judge looks from mother to son. One is worn down by sacrifice. The other hides behind excuses. For years, money meant for a child was kept from the one person who truly cared for him. The betrayal runs deep.
In a house that big at 6 years old, I don't know. I know I couldn't, but.
Okay. Well, you'd agree with me that help means that you need to give her something, right?
And I do pay the health care, the 150. I do pay that.
Oh, wait a minute. So that's the missing link here. So you pay health insurance for your son already?
Yes, I pay the 150.
Why didn't you tell your mother that? Why haven't you given her a health insurance card? Why haven't you given her anything? That's not fair.
It's not, but I paid for it. I thought that was, all I needed to do from my side.
The judge questions Juan about why he hasn't helped financially. He deflects. He says his late father left money for his mother, implying she doesn't need help. She's doing fine, he argues. But then he points to her jewelry, saying, "That's a nice ring she's got." The courtroom reacts. Even the judge seems taken aback. "That's not new," Mrs. Campos says tearfully. "That's from years ago." The tension explodes. This isn't just a case about money, it's a son disrespecting his mother's dignity in front of the law.
And it's just that
So you're letting your mom take your son to the doctor and they have to call you or something to verify his insurance? That just does not make any sense.
Your Honor, excuse me, they don't call him to verify. I didn't know this. Everything has come out of my pension or my Uber money. Tips or whatever. I had no idea until I tried to file for these services that they said that Julian was getting child support. And I have told him, hey, I've got my son's phone number.
Judge leans forward. "You're not helping your mother, who raised you and your son." One tries to explain that his mother can stay with him in his large house, but she says he refused, calling it inconvenient now. The truth becomes undeniable. Juan lives comfortably in a big house while his mother and son share a cramped one-bedroom apartment. "She raised you," the judge reminds him, "not your child to." The words hit hard. The courtroom feels like it's holding its breath.
And you don't want to help her?
I do want to help her, and I thought she had all the help she needed. When Papa passed away, he left quite a bit of money for her, and I thought, it would help.
You just said keywords. He left quite a bit of money for her.
Yes.
Not for your son.
Yes.
Not for you.
Yes, and she keeps talking about going to Uber and such, but that's a pretty nice ring on her finger she has there. I don't know how many tips are needed.
Your dad got me years ago. This is not something I bought in the last 3 years.
Why does that matter?
Because she says she does Uber and such. If it's really that low, wouldn't she?
God.
As the hearing unfolds, the judge questions Juan's claims about his income. He says he makes $48,000 a year as a club promoter. Yet somehow, he lives in a luxurious home in Plano. That's interesting, the judge remarks. "You must have a very good deal," Mrs. Campos interjects, revealing a painful truth they once threw a huge housewarming party. When Juan bought the home with his ex, the judge's eyes narrow. "So you own it, not rent." Juan stammers. The courtroom knows the web of lies is unraveling fast.
But I don't believe that she intended to help you for life. I don't believe she intended to raise your son. She raised you.
Yes.
She's a grandmother, for crying out loud.
Yes.
Your Honor, when my husband passed away, and since he lives alone in this big house, I told him we were going to have to move to a one-bedroom apartment, or we could come stay with him. I'd have my private room, Julian have his private room, and he would have his private room.
So what's the deal with that? You're okay with your mother in this one bedroom. Why can't she stay in the big house?
The judge has heard enough. She begins calculating. Juan earns about $3,900 monthly before taxes. His net income, around $3,280. With one child, his support should be 20% of that. "You'll pay $656 in monthly child support," the judge declares. "And you'll continue covering $150 for health insurance." Juan nods slowly, defeated. But that's not all. The $1,000 he's been receiving from the child's mother, it will now go directly to the grandmother. The courtroom erupts in relief and disbelief. For the first time, justice feels near.
I have my math wrong a little bit. It's not that big as she's saying. It's really not.
How big is this house? How many bedrooms?
It's in the nice houses in Plano, so you can imagine. It's a nice house.
Okay.
Because him and Julian's mom both do this promoting thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
they can
But
do
she
it
just
from
took
everywhere.
off.
So they're
I no longer see her.
She
I
left.
no longer see her.
But she was making good money like he makes. I don't know to the penny what he makes, but they were living very, very comfortably. And but he started this since Julian was born.
Campos exhales deeply as the ruling sinks in. The judge confirms the grandmother will receive a total of $1,656 every month. The money will finally go where it should have all along to support Julian. One stays quiet, his head low. The grandmother wipes away a tear. Years of struggle, Uber shifts, and heartbreak have led to this moment. For once, the system has listened. The audience senses the emotional weight. This isn't victory born of revenge. It's a win for love and responsibility.
In Plano.
Well, then that's where all the money.
Club promoting.
That's where all the money goes to the house to make sure it's I have so many members in the house.
Plus the child support. They didn't give me the amount because I'm not on the case, right? But who knows how much she's paying?
How much do you receive in child support? Because if she makes that kind of money,
just $1,000, and that's in that
just
40.
a grand.
You know how much that would have helped?
Everybody does not receive just $1,000.
Yeah.
Everybody don't receive that.
Well, and that's why I paid for the $150.
Judge addresses Mrs. Campos. Do you understand the ruling? Yes, she replies, her voice trembling. Now I understand why he hid the medical coverage. He didn't want me to find out about the child support. Her words strike everyone in the room. She recalls how she had to sell her family home, the place filled with memories, just to survive. If he had helped, she says, I wouldn't have lost that house. The courtroom feels her pain. Even the judge looks moved. This is more than a legal case. It's heartbreak turned into courage.
So $1,500 in rent. What your other expenses look like?
Your Honor, he doesn't rent. They did a big, huge housewarming party. That is his home. Him and her bought that home. It's not a rent.
So you really are wasting my time.
I am renting it. I'm not sure where she's getting that from.
They had a huge, and as families talk, and we're going to try to pay off the house early, and we're going to try to even upgrade, but they didn't stay together.
So wait a minute, you closed on this house?
Oh yeah.
I may have
so you
fogged
own
up the
it.
details.
One tries to defend himself, muttering about his job and expenses. But the judge isn't having it. You came here to waste my time, she says sharply. Your mother raised you. She shouldn't have to raise your child. Her words slice through the tension like glass. For once, Juan is speechless. The courtroom falls completely silent. The audience can feel the weight of generational disappointment, one that money can't fix. The judge's gavel might not just decide finances today. It's restoring accountability.
Okay.
All right? So let me tell you what we're going to do. We are going to have the child support that you received, that $1,000, we're going to send it over to your mom.
Your Honor, if there's any way we can...
Yeah, hold on. I'm not finished. And I know you want to hear this. Okay, that's just mom's portion. You're going to pay too. So mom is going to be getting what? About, let's see, you said 40. Now I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to take your word for it at that $48,000. All right?
Truth settles. The grandmother's voice breaks. She recalls asking her son for a small religious necklace. For Julian's first communion, something meaningful. But he said he couldn't afford it. Meanwhile, he wears a thick, expensive gold chain. The judge looks disgusted. You can wear gold, but your son can't have a simple necklace? She asks. The courtroom shakes its head in disbelief. The contrast between greed and love has never been clearer. Everyone knows Mrs. Campos deserved better from her son.
All right, so 20% of that brings your child support to $656. And that's giving you credit for the health insurance. So you have to continue paying that health insurance of $150. Child support to grandma is going to be $656, as well as the reallocation of the $1,000 that you receive from mom going to grandmother. So grandmother's amount in child support monthly is $1,656, which
Tears roll down Mrs. Campos' cheeks as she speaks about her late husband. If you had helped, she says, I wouldn't have had to sell the home we built together. The judge softens for a moment. I can only imagine the memories you lost, she says gently. Even Juan looks regretful now. The arrogance fades. Maybe for the first time, he realizes what he's done. The grandmother doesn't gloat, she simply nods, clutching the ruling papers. The battle may be over, but the wound runs deep.
His mortgage was not $500 because I thought, well, then I should move to Plano to the big houses because apparently they're giving them away over there. But with that money that you're saying that we're eligible for, we wouldn't have had to sell the home that me and your dad lived our whole lives in, that we raised you in. Had you just done that, I could still be in that home that I cherished so much. And you knew that I loved that home.
Well, if you manage your money right, then maybe you still would have the home.
Mr. Compost, shame on you.
I'm sorry.
Shame on you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. And I need this for my promoting this. Just for
The judge's voice fills the courtroom one last time. You owe your mother respect, she says firmly. I'm not here to counsel you, but you need to do better. One promises to keep working and pay the ordered amount. Yes, Your Honor, he says quietly. Mrs. Campos closes her eyes. After years of carrying her family alone, justice has finally arrived. But the message echoes beyond this room. Responsibility doesn't end when a child grows up. Sometimes it comes full circle.
How about that?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what I need you to do.
Yes,
I need
Your
you to
Honor.
do right by your mother. I'm not here to counsel you or anything like that, but to hear that she had to sell the family home, that's kind of heartbreaking. That is. You can only imagine the memories that are gone, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I need you to do better. And until then, I need you to keep working so your mom can get this $656, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything further?
No, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything further,
No, ma'am.
Mrs. Compost? Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Gavel strikes. Case dismissed. The courtroom empties slowly, leaving behind the echo of truth and consequence. Mrs. Campos walks out holding the judgment's relief and sadness intertwined. The judge's final words linger in the air. Do better. Mr. Campos, another story of justice ends in support court, but for one grandmother. It's not about money, it's about finally being seen. Judge Vunderbee's courtroom. The truth always finds its way to the surface. Some leave with closure, others with lessons they'll never forget. But justice never sleeps, and neither does the truth. If you were moved by these cases, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more real-life courtroom stories. This is Judge Bench, where justice meets reality.